there will be an 8-man tournament to compete for the shot at the World Heavyweight Championship at the next Raw pay-per-view. That's Jazzy Gabbert! What the hell is Gabbert doing here? In the ring! Tessa Blanchard! Trifecta has arrived to Monday Night Raw! Oh my God! Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is Monday Night Raw. Last week the tournament officially got itself underway for the right to challenge Hiroshi Tanahashi for the World Heavyweight Championship at the next Raw exclusive pay-per-view. The name is still lacking, but we are definitely getting closer week in and week out. Tonight going to be equally as big as a night for the tournament as we have the first two matches in the quarterfinals for you this evening. Coming up here tonight, Daniel Bryan and Cesaro will compete in the first tournament matchup of the evening. The winner, of course, advancing into the semi-finals, but that is not going to be the main event of the evening. It is going to be an incredible match between two incredibly talented former world champions, but the main event is going to be a big one. We saw his debut last week on Raw, and now he goes up against one of the biggest names on Monday Night Raw. Kyle O'Reilly, Roman Reigns this evening in the second quarterfinal match of the evening. This one is one that you do not want to miss out on. Monday Night Raw again, loading itself full to the brim following a very successful draft, and things start even more successfully after a trade made following SmackDown Live. The last time we saw this guy, he was at the mercy of Bobby Fish, but now that no longer concerns him. Pete Dunne is a member of Monday Night Raw. Dunne has made the switch over. I do not know the reasoning why behind this trade, but I know it has happened. Dunne now on Raw, the Bruiserweight ready to get started, and he'll look to do that this evening as he prepares for a new future on Monday Night Raw. Maybe this guy was in the crosshairs of Mr. Dredge. I'm not 100% certain, but what I do know for certain is he is no longer in the Dangerous Alliance, and I don't think there was going to be a place in the Dangerous Alliance for him following last week. Of course, if you saw SmackDown, you know what I'm on about. You saw the actions of Bobby Fish following Pete Dunne's attempted interference in the match that backfired and more so led to the loss in that match for Bobby Fish than anything else. But here we go, Pete Dunne ready to make his debut here on Monday Night Raw, and he goes one-on-one against Zack Ryder in his debut as well. This could be a good opportunity for Dunne to prove that he is a valuable asset to Monday Night Raw, and to prove that the Bruiserweight, despite having a bad final week on SmackDown Live, certainly has plenty to bring to the table on Monday Night Raw. Look at this already by Dunne. Set out tombstone of Ryder. And this is a benchmark test for Dunne. Ryder may not have done anything as of note in these last few weeks and months, but he still has name value to him. He's still a two-time United States champion within this universe. Still has success. And still has accolades, rather, following his name. Dunne there looking, Ryder looking for something from behind. Dunne counters. Now Ryder looking for something from, Dunne looking for something from behind. Fucking Ryder counters. There we go, and vice versa. Finally got that one out of the way. Now again, Dunne looks for something from behind. Ryder pulls out the reversal. And again, Dunne counters. Both these guys, quick counters on one another. Dunne gets in a big German suplex, and Ryder folded inside out as a result of it. Dunne now taking his frustrations out there, putting the boots to Ryder. This is the pent-up aggression, not only from last week, but that the Bruiserweight naturally has within him everywhere he goes. And Ryder feeling the full receipt of it as another German suplex comes down on him. Dunne feeling the full receipt of that one. And Pete Dunne now just dumping him with that suplex. Dunne in no mood to mess around, just wanting to end this, seal the victory. Better end to Ryder. 1, 2, it is over. Pete Dunne makes a lasting impact right away on Monday Night Raw. Victory over Zack Ryder, and a very, very celebration from Pete Dunne, keeping it lacking, essentially. Dunne with plenty of work to do before he enjoys his celebrations around here. But here tonight, it's time to get things going. It is time for the first match of the World Heavyweight Championship Tournament. Cesaro versus Daniel Bryan. This one's going to be great. Two world champions locking horns in this tournament right now to kick things off, to commence it really. We saw last week, because Tyler Breeze and Kyle O'Reilly qualify as well. That's why we're seeing O'Reilly later on. I'm not too sure about Breeze, whether or not he'll be I'm assuming he'll be in next week's match, actually, now that I just say that. I've got there 4 quarterfinal matches. I forgot how quarterfinals work. Nevertheless, Cesaro and Daniel Bryan, two very talented guys, both respected by the crowds as well, who can do what it takes in order to achieve the victory. In order to move on to the semi-finals, I'm not too certain if the winner of this will meet the winner of Kyle O'Reilly and Roman Reigns. I don't know how it works. Or whether or not there'll just be a random draw, but there is Daniel Bryan coming towards the ring right now. Full of heart, full of purpose, full of fire. And the yes movement guiding him to what he hopes will be an eventful victory here tonight. Bryan, of course, would love nothing more than to hunt down a 3rd World Heavyweight title in this universe. But to do that, he's got to go through Cesaro here to kick things off this evening. Well, to kick things off in this tournament, rather. And to kickstart his way towards that shot at Hiroshi Tanahashi, at the World Heavyweight Champion, who, of course, we saw last week in an incredible match with Andrade Cien Almas. Almas not getting an opportunity in this tournament, but I do believe Andrade's day will come here on Monday Night Raw. As for right now, Daniel Bryan and Cesaro, as I've said already a number of times, 2 former world champions, 2 former Triple Crown champions as well. At the very least, these guys are some of the pinnacles of success in this universe, and as a result, on Monday Night Raw as well. So here we go, this match is underway right now. Crowd cheering for Bryan in the early stages, and why wouldn't they? Daniel Bryan's been loyal to Monday Night Raw since the opening day of this universe. So here we go, calling about tie between these two phenomenal athletes as they square things up here. Cesaro gets out of the side headlock, close enough to the rope so that he can push Bryan away. Bryan stops himself right in his tracks. Smart thinking there by Bryan. Cesaro has only had 1 world title reign to Daniel Bryan's 2, but Cesaro's was a very successful reign. Went on for about 6 months, I believe. Before being dethroned at WrestleMania. But that was a long time ago for both men. It's been a long time since their last world title reigns. Look at this, Daniel Bryan now. Great counter out of that belly-to-belly suplex there. Just watching these two guys now, watching these tremendous athletes locking horns with one another. Boot right in the chest there by Bryan, or the head maybe. Referee got in the way of that one. Nevertheless, discus forearm, and down goes Cesaro. Good start here for Daniel Bryan as he's getting a little bit aggressive now. Under. Oh, collision made between the two. And Cesaro can take advantage of it. Taller, heavier. And able to kind of knock Bryan a little bit off his perch and use it to take advantage. Putting the boots down to Bryan on the mat. Bryan, though, tried to swing back there. Caught with a tremendous forearm from Cesaro. Irish whip again. And look at that back body drop. Nothing flashy, but it was perfect. That was exactly what it was. Big running elbow from Daniel Bryan. Caught him flush. And Bryan now can turn things around. Well, not it seems. Wait a minute. Cesaro has him in the turn. Oh, good evasion there by Cesaro. Otherwise he's in trouble for a huge drop kick. Bryan dazed a little bit. Huge uppercut from Cesaro. And Bryan now trying to get things fired up again. Looks for that dropkick but can't connect with it. Cesaro just reading him quite a few times here and really forcing Bryan to almost adapt his game. He can almost tell what Bryan's going for, and that's the ring expertise really of Cesaro shining through there. Cover made now. There's one and a kick out. Side head, so chin lock switched in here. Cesaro using his overarching position there to make the hold tighter on Daniel Bryan, but Bryan, of course, knowing his way to get out of that one. In the turnbuckle we go. This time, third time will be the charm. Bryan got ahead of steam. Double drop kicks in the corner. Bryan finally gets all of it. Goes into the cover here on Cesaro. Looking to put him away. Trying to advance to the semi-finals. But no avail there. Cesaro right into the chest with that uppercut. Daniel Bryan just caught off guard with it. There's the cover and a kick out. Cesaro has the upper hand right there and now, and Cesaro will look to fully capitalize, look to put away Bryan, look to advance to the semi-finals. Sharpshooter locked in by Cesaro, looking to put away Bryan. Will Daniel Bryan tap out here? Oh no, Bryan not giving in. And Bryan responding with one of his own, responding right away. Yes lock by Bryan. Yes lock by Bryan. From being on the cusp of tapping out to trying to force Cesaro to do the same. Yes lock is stitched in. Will Cesaro submit? Yeah. Oh, the Swiss Superman just able to find a way out of it. Incredible back and forth from both men. Double underhook. Suplex there from Daniel Bryan. And now the crowd on his side cheering for him once again. Bryan with a full head of steam. Cesaro could be in trouble. Oh, Cesaro reverses the Irish whip though. Bryan flips over the turnbuckle. Ducks the clothesline. Running elbow for Bryan. Running elbow. Bryan wants this more than ever. He wants this more than anything. Bryan going to go to the top rope now. Cesaro could be done for. Flying goat headbutt down onto the chest of Cesaro. Bryan hopes it's enough to put him away. Ref it to count and all. So close. Kick out at 2 though. Good counters from both men. Up and over and out goes Bryan. Cesaro now the one getting fired up. Cesaro now the one who wants to fly. From the top rope to the outside. Big elbow. Right on the point of Daniel Bryan's cranium there. Oh, good counter though from Daniel Bryan. Right back into it. These guys having an absolutely incredible match right now as Cesaro goes into the steps. Bryan not afraid to risk anything and everything to be the man to challenge for Hiroshi Tanahashi come the end of this. To be the man to challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship in about 5 weeks' time. Into the barricade there, but all responds with an almighty uppercut does Cesaro. Bryan counters, socks him. Cesaro goes over into the crowd here, but that is not in the care of Daniel Bryan. He wants to finish this match in the ring. That is great respect shown from Bryan. He wants to win this match in the ring. Cesaro comes charging in there. Running uppercut, didn't get all of it, but enough to knock Bryan off his feet momentarily. Cover made after the punch, after the kick in the gut. Will it be enough? Good 2 count though. Both guys right now trying to get the one up over the other. There's the uppercut into the chest again. Cesaro nails it with the uppercut. Into the semi-finals he could be going. Daniel Bryan, his heart says never give in, and he most certainly is trying. Kicks out there at 1. Bryan from behind. Regalplex. Cover of Cesaro. Will it be? Oh, Cesaro just barely got the shoulder up at 2. Counter made by Cesaro. And he pulls in Daniel Bryan. Will he have him here? Neutralizer by Cesaro. We have not seen that move in a long time. Will it be enough for victory? Cesaro is going to the semi-finals. Incredible match from 2 incredible athletes. Cesaro wins it. Daniel Bryan just beaten, just pipped to the post. That was anyone's game. Bryan disappointed in defeat. But an incredible match we were treated to. Cesaro advances though into the semi-finals. Incredible work there. What a match that one was, no doubt about it. A true barn burner, shall we say. But it is time to move on now. On Monday Night Raw, more matches coming our way. Women's division up next. This one should be good. Kairi, Sane, Jordan Grace one-on-one. Sorry, no, got it wrong. Rosemary one-on-one. My bad. I don't know where I got Grace from. Just kind of making that one up as I go. Rosemary anyway. Well, as you saw at the top of the show, the Raw Women's Division was definitely given a kick up the arse, shall we say, by the arrival of Jazzy Gabert and Tessa Blanchard last week, assaulting Ronda Rousey and Bayley in the main event match for the Raw Women's Championship. Rousey and Bayley not here this evening, but nevertheless, the show must go on, and it most certainly is so right now. Sane and Rosemary. This is going to be an absolutely incredible match. I believe Sane beat Rosemary on the way to a title match at the Royal Rumble. With both women, of course, hoping that they could get something out of this. I wonder what Kairi Sane's reaction will be to a long-time rival and Tessa Blanchard returning to the same brand as her, returning to her eyesight. Will we see more battles between Sane and Blanchard? Will they continue on their epic saga? Or was it all just a flash in the pan for Blanchard and Gabert, I wonder? Sane going to be preparing for this match against Rosemary. Wait a minute! Blanchard storming the ring! For the second week in a row! Trifecta storm the ring! Hammerlock DDT! Blanchard storming the ring! Attacking Sane from behind, just how she did Ronda Rousey last week. No Gabert this time, but to an old rival. Magnum connects. Magnum on Sane. She never saw the jump coming from behind. She never had a moment to prepare for it. Blanchard ones up Sane and assaults another woman on Monday Night Raw before the match can even hope to get underway. Blanchard demanding a microphone right now, a point to deliver here. She most certainly has. What is it that Blanchard has to say right now? Sane completely out of it on the outside. And Blanchard questioning the integrity of this division as a whole, saying if this women's division is as weak as it seems to be, then that is great, because it makes Blanchard's job even easier to take the title away from Ronda Rousey. Blanchard demands a title shot at Ronda Rousey, and if not, the entire women's division will know what it's like to mess with Trifecta. Blanchard with a warning. A warning to Dredge, a warning to the Raw Women's Division, a warning to Ronda Rousey. She wants the prize, and she's not waiting a moment. She is not waiting any longer to get her hands on it. Wow. Definitely, definitely a very interesting way to see things there. I'm still taken aback by it. The charge of Trifecta continues on. Not even a month after losing the NXT Women's Championship, we see Trifecta going after the Raw Women's Division. Ronda Rousey, Bayley, and Kairi Sane assaulted in these last 2 weeks. When does this stop? And is it when Tessa Blanchard can get her hands on that Raw Women's Championship? May be the case. As for right now, a hectic start to this evening already. And we will, I say already, we're more than halfway through the show now. But we will be looking at more tag teams in action. Mr. Dredge wanting to get a handle, wanted to get a feel on things regarding his tag team division and who will be the next in line for the Authors of Pain. We saw the War Machine making their debut on Raw last week after coming over from SmackDown Live in the draft. Now it's the turn of Lars, Sullivan, and Shelton. Benjamin, of course, last week coming up on the losing end of things to Tyler Breeze. But still an opportunity here tonight for Sullivan and Benjamin to turn things around, to turn their favors around, and to make sure that they can get another win under Shelton Benjamin's belt. This is going to be a very interesting match indeed to see what these guys are like. Still as a tag team, of course, it's been, the last time we saw them was just before WrestleMania in that triple threat tag match alongside Cesaro and Sami Zayn. Cesaro, of course, a little preoccupied with the tournament. I think Zayn might be as well. Spoiler. You know, you look at this tag team division, though, there is definitely a lot of talent who can still challenge for that belt despite the loss of the Revival, of American Alpha, the gaining of War Machine, Young Bucks, and Heavy Machinery, of course. Don't forget they lost them as well. Oh, they say they lost. We drafted for them. But there's still quite a few tag teams around here that could do a job if needs be. And speaking of doing a job, Magnum Opus will do an incredible job right now. Benjamin to start things off in this one against Damien Sandow, same opponents as War Machine had last week. This now, big kick in the head there by Benjamin. Knew what he was going for, got all of it. Sandow staggering. Benjamin flies and misses. Excellent. Let's see what Sandow can look for here, trying to capitalize. I've said it in quite a few matches. Sandow seems to be the a member of the Magnum Opus who can excel the most, shall we say. He gets the most done in the match. He is able to pull out the most out of the bag. He's able to do the hardest work, and you know that usually means nothing because they end up in defeat, but still. Knee in the gut now from Sandow. So good. Uranagi slam there from Shelton Benjamin, countering that clothesline. In the turnbuckle we go now. Tag made. Oh, Sullivan, the legal man. Big kick in the gut there from the two-time United States champion. And Sullivan can't capitalize there. Sandow wiggling his way out of it. Nice little quick work there from Sandow, as he looks to get himself out of danger, and you can't blame him when you're in the ring with someone like Lars Sullivan. Single leg. Boston Crab applied now, just kicked away. Sandow perhaps trying to crawl, trying to find his tag team partner. He is nowhere to be seen. So a little breather here in what has been a high-octane edition of Raw, especially with the main event coming up next, of course, and what we just saw with Tessa Blanchard. And, of course, that incredible match between Bryan and Cesaro earlier on tonight. Cesaro advances to the semi-finals. Roll up there by Sandow, trying to steal one. Magnum Opus hoping they could steal one there. 10 out of 10 for trying. A plus for effort there, but about a D on execution, shall we say. Look at that. Sullivan just backing up there as if to say he wants English. He wants the easier one. He wants someone who he can throw around this ring right now and not have to worry about them fighting back. Countered there by Sandow. Boot right in the face from Sullivan. Sandow getting quite aggressive there. Aiden English trying to take advantage. Yeah, you can see how well that one worked out. Full Nelson slam there by the Freak. Counter made though by English. Double team move was in the works there. Doesn't happen. Sullivan with a big lariat. Tag made now. In comes Benjamin again. And look at this, it's all breaking down here. Sullivan dragging Sandow over the top rope there. Super kick from Benjamin. Stagehands trying to get involved, do an expert job, not paying attention. ProJaked connects. Cover made. And it's over. Benjamin and Sullivan win. No surprise about that result. And I gotta say, they look dominant again. Whether or not they looked as dominant as War Machine did last week, I'm not 100% certain. But Sullivan and Benjamin, whatever they may well be brought together for, is certainly doing a fine job of working out for them. Let's see what the future holds for these guys. Let's see what the future holds for the tag team division as well. But that'll come in another day, because right now it is time for our main event of the evening. It is time to see who else will progress into the semi-finals of the World Heavyweight Championship Tournament. Kyle O'Reilly, Roman Reigns, main event match of the evening. Strap yourselves in. This is going to be a good one. This is going to be an incredibly tough match for both guys. I don't think both guys are ready for the kind of offense they're going to have to deal with. Roman Reigns has not had to deal with the technical offense of Kyle O'Reilly in a long time, and Kyle O'Reilly has not had to deal with Roman Reigns in a long time. These two guys used to square off on SmackDown Live a fair little bit back when Kyle O'Reilly opposed the Dangerous Alliance of Bobby Fish. Roman Reigns, of course, used to be in the Dangerous Alliance a very long time ago indeed, before he was brought over to Monday Night Raw last year. Nevertheless, this is a good opportunity for these two men. It's been a long time since they last fought each other. As I said, it's been a long time since they've locked horns. Will that make a difference in the outcome here tonight? Of course, the difference in that time frame as well is that Kyle O'Reilly has been petering on ECW. He had his peak in the summer, especially with that 30-minute Iron Man match with Seth Rollins back at Heatwave, all the way back in last July. And Roman Reigns, of course, has been hunting the world title for the last year, and most primarily, of course, at WrestleMania, defeating The Undertaker on the grandest stage of them all, inside the Hell in a Cell. There is every reason to believe that Roman Reigns will be the favorite in this tournament and the one most likely to challenge Hiroshi Tanahashi for the World Heavyweight title. But it is a long tournament to get through, and it's a question of if Reigns will even get through the first match, let alone the whole tournament. Reigns and Tanahashi, of course, have had plenty of battles in their past, much the same as Reigns and O'Reilly have, and another one could be added at the next Raw pay-per-view if Roman Reigns can manage to get through it all. If Reigns can get through all the matches necessary to achieve that elusive opportunity at the ace of Monday Night Raw. It all starts here tonight with Kyle O'Reilly, but O'Reilly would want the same treat as well. It's been many months. As a matter of fact, Heatwave was the last time Kyle O'Reilly challenged for a world title. And I'm sure making a fresh start on Monday Night Raw, O'Reilly would want to get things underway right away. He would want to kick off his career as soon as possible. He would want a victory over Roman Reigns. Imagine knocking out what I have pretty much just built up as the #1 seed in this tournament. Imagine knocking him out in the first match. It would completely change the tournament. It would completely change the whole structure of it, and we'd really be left questioning who could take that tournament. Who could win out of the, well, following tonight's 6 men that remain. Reigns, though, looking as confident as ever. The crowd as disinterested in him as ever, as hateful towards him as ever, and why not? He's the reason The Undertaker isn't around on Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania. The Undertaker, once again, choosing to go back down. The Phenom choosing to go back into the dark depths of hell. Whether or not we'll see him again is a question for another day. As for right now, the main event of the evening shall commence. Huge chance for both men. Who will advance in the World Heavyweight Championship Tournament? Who will go into the semi-finals along with Cesaro? We are about to find out right now. O'Reilly and Reigns locking up here. Invasion there by O'Reilly. Pretty nicely done indeed, as he starts to strike away now at Roman Reigns. Big forearms in the face there. Beautifully done Good kick in the leg. This is where O'Reilly's going to need to excel. He's going to need to be hard-hitting. But he's also going to need his technical side. He's going to need to ramp up some very well done, very well executed moves. He doesn't want to try anything that is too over the top, especially not against Roman Reigns. Especially not with the ways he's advanced over this last year. It's mental to believe. Roman Reigns is the only one of the 4 men competing in this tournament tonight who has not won a world title. Couple made there. As a matter of fact, out of everyone I know in the tournament so far, Roman Reigns is the only one who hasn't won a world title. I might be proven wrong with the next 4. We'll see. I mean, we know Breeze is in it. Not too sure about the other 3. I think Zane's in it. If Zane's in it, then there we go. There's 2 people I don't know of. And if they're both world champions, then that's going to be pretty interesting indeed. Right? O'Reilly right now doing exactly what is necessary of him. Hard hits, technical wrestling. Good takedown as well. You saw with the open palm strikes as well. Reigns just a little bit on the back foot in the early going here. Trying to use his power to overcome the former WWE champion. O'Reilly, of course, no slouch either. This was the man who ended Bobby Fish's 390-day reign as WWE champion. Take a look at that double underhook suplex into a butterfly DDT. Beautiful combination from Kyle O'Reilly. Incredible strength to pull it off against Roman Reigns as well. Big kick in the leg. Big backbreaker by Reigns in response, though. Let's see what will happen now as Reigns continues to have control in this contest. Assaulting the arm now. Reigns just feeling oh so confident about what he's able to do. The moment he keeps O'Reilly pinned down on the mat, O'Reilly does end up in trouble. There's every reason why that is the case, because Reigns, of course, far more powerful than O'Reilly. The longer Reigns can keep his opponent down, the harder it is going to be for O'Reilly to get back up on his feet. Superman punch. Superman punch. O'Reilly again, though, powering out at 1. Not giving in for a second. Roman Reigns in a fit of frustration, just trying to pin Kyle O'Reilly. Already, this one could be over. O'Reilly could be on his way out of this tournament in the blink of an eye. Spear is countered. Great counter by Kyle O'Reilly. Now he needs to capitalize, though. Now he needs to get a move on. Nice neck breaker indeed from O'Reilly. What can he do? He's going to go for another one. Neck breaker after neck breaker to Reigns. Working over that neck to the best of his ability, it would seem. In the turnbuckle goes Reigns. Flying forearm in the corner. O'Reilly working on that head and that neck right now. And again, takes the legs away from him. Open palm strikes. Reigns trying to cover up. O'Reilly just doing work now. Fighting back after almost being defeated by the wrath of that spear. Wait a minute. O'Reilly, this is why he's worked over the head and the neck. Guillotine. Guillotine. Guillotine from O'Reilly on Reigns. Will Reigns tap out here? Oh, that'll tell you otherwise. Slams him down onto the mat to escape. Reigns still very much in this one. Kick in the gut there. O'Reilly with another neck breaker there. Reigns making it too easy for O'Reilly to come charging in with these neck breakers. And now Kyle O'Reilly working over the arm, snapping it back there. Agony for Roman Reigns to find himself in. Back body drop, though, gets himself out of that one. Reigns definitely relying on his power game. Kyle O'Reilly definitely needs to do more to try and take that power game away from him. Both guys now pulling out counters. Uh-oh. Teardrop suplex combination from Roman Reigns here on Kyle O'Reilly. Riley in huge trouble. O'Reilly hit with a trio of teardrop suplexes. Was just left at the mercy of Reigns. And Roman Reigns feeling incredibly proud of it, but cannot get the 3. O'Reilly kicking out of 2 there. Roman Reigns now, full head of steam, Double clotheslines. O'Reilly misses his. Moves out of the way of Reigns' attempted flying clothesline, but couldn't capitalize. Big uppercut. And again, O'Reilly goes back to the basics. Goes back to what has worked in this match. That double leg takedown has worked. O'Reilly now, look at these kicks. Look at that combination. O'Reilly hoping it's enough to take him to the semi-finals. He started slow, but boy oh boy has O'Reilly picked things up in this contest all of a sudden. O'Reilly really getting things together as he hits another neck breaker. He is definitely looking to set up for the guillotine, if not chasing the dragon, trying to do anything it takes to put away Reigns to move on in this tournament. Elbow drop, cover. Will it be enough to knock Roman Reigns out? No. Again, he cannot get things finished. Again. Reigns kicks at it too. Reigns pulls out the counter there, not too sure what O'Reilly was looking for. He was eyeing up Reigns, whether or not he was looking for another guillotine choke or not, I don't know, but Reigns is sending O'Reilly's head into the turnbuckle over and over, but O'Reilly responds. Sending Reigns' head into the turnbuckle there. Got Reigns suplex now. Great evasion from O'Reilly. Slips his way out of that hold. Look at this now. Great combo. Scraping the boot across the top of the head. No respect showing. But O'Reilly, all he wants from this is sweet victory. All he wants is to move on to the semi-finals. Bending Reigns' arm in the wrong direction. The arm is not supposed to bend that way. O'Reilly knows it. Reigns knows it. Great counter by Reigns. And look at how quickly Reigns shuts things down. Samoan drop, and Reigns now hasn't got that far to move, but might have enough. Spear! Spear from Reigns. Will it be enough to move into the semi-finals? O'Reilly kicks out at 2. Simply sensational from Kyle O'Reilly. He's still in this one. How he hangs on it after the spear, I don't know. Maybe it's because Reigns essentially leapt into him rather than took the run up. But right now, O'Reilly in big trouble again. Huge sit-out powerbomb. Every time Reigns finds O'Reilly on the floor, he just uses his power. Back-to-back sit-out powerbombs. Middle of the ring, into the cover. Will this do it? Oh, he came close. He came close indeed to putting him away. O'Reilly, for the 5th time now in this match, goes for the neck again. Hits that neck breaker again and has Reigns reeling. O'Reilly up on the top rope. Knee into the face of Reigns. Incredibly well executed move. Will it assist him here? O'Reilly dodges the punch. Armbar, armbar. Cross armbar from O'Reilly. Look at how he's stretching Reigns' arm. The agony that must be going through Roman Reigns right now. Is it enough? Will it be enough? Reigns fights his way out of it, breaks the hold, but O'Reilly is still in this one. He's still standing, still fighting, still with a chance of going all the way. Reverse DDT. And Reigns goes down once again. O'Reilly fighting back. Oh, but Reigns just using his power there to force him off his feet. Reigns in position now. Superman punch. But O'Reilly, somehow, right back up to his feet. This is the resiliency of Kyle O'Reilly. This is his never say die attitude shining. Shining at its brightest, but a big power bomb. Huge power bomb from Reigns. And a huge uppercut follows along with it as well. Roman Reigns now trying to put away O'Reilly, but O'Reilly moves out of the way. Both these guys trying to do whatever it takes to finish off their opponent. Reigns going back to the power. Schoolboy power bomb. Plants O'Reilly. Cover made. O'Reilly kicks out at 1. But does he have anything left? Does he have anything left? It's about to be tested for the second time. Spear from Reigns. An almighty spear connects. Roman Reigns covers Kyle O'Reilly, and there it is. Roman Reigns advances to the semi-finals. An incredible main event, one that O'Reilly never looked to give up from. But O'Reilly was beaten. Finally, Reigns put him out to pasture. Roman Reigns advances to the semi-finals. And O'Reilly is beaten. Victory for Roman Reigns here. And the celebrations are not over, it seems. Reigns getting a microphone and continuing right where he left off. O'Reilly rolled out of the ring, recovering at ringside after a hard-hitting match, and Reigns saying that he dominated that. Like he dominated The Undertaker, and like he will dominate whoever is up next in this tournament. He calls himself the King of Monday Night Raw now, and Tanahashi will learn that that is the case. Tanahashi doesn't know what Reigns can do, and soon enough he will be dominated just like the rest. Roman Reigns believes this tournament is his for the taking. Will it be the case though? We await to see. Reigns moves on to the semi-finals, but will he go all the way to Hiroshi Tanahashi?